Okay, and now to the demo. First thing I would like to show is the basic operation of TEdit. So I'm going to launch TEdit right here by double clicking on the icon. And now we have TEdit up. So when it first comes up, it already starts with a new topographic file where you can actually start creating points. TEdit has the ability to both create a whole new topo data points, or to edit an existing file that has topo data in a topographic file format. So now we have several dialogues on the left hand side, and we have a toolbar at the bottom. The first thing I'm going to describe here is how to handle the viewpoint and the different mouse modes that exist here. The first thing you do, the default mode here is called the view mode, and the view mode allows you to rotate the area that you have right here. With the left mouse button you're able to rotate. With the right mouse button you're able to move, and with the middle mouse button or with the wheel mouse, you can, by clicking on it, you can move, zoom in and out. You can also, if you have a wheel mouse, you can, as you scroll in and out, you can also scroll, as you scroll forward and backward, you can zoom in and out of the view. Okay, you also have X view. You can place the view along the X, positive X, a negative direction, or Y, or Z. Okay, these are pretty much not useful when you're actually entering the points, but it would be useful once you have enough points to create the 3D surface, and actually be able to preview it and maybe edit it while you're looking at it in 3D, which I will describe later on. When you're creating a topo data, one of the things that you would have to enter initially is the size, the actual size in the X and in the Y area, and you would have to set those right here by clicking in the size box, setting your X and Y. You don't have to set the Z value. You'll be setting that as you are entering the topo data, which would be the dialog box above that, which is current height. When you probe a point, and I'm going to show how you probe a point later on when I add a few points, the probe data would be right here, where it's in the dialog called selected point. The origin point, right now the topo data would be, all the data is, its origin would be at 0, 0, 0. So if you want to change that, you can set that basically with the mouse, and the place where you've selected with the mouse, the actual coordinates will be displayed in this dialog. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and start creating some topo data. So I have a contour map that is in an image format, which is basically what you would need if you're creating a map from scratch. If you have some contour map, it would need to be in an image format. A PNG, a BMP, or a JPEG would be fine. So this is the contour map that I'm gonna use to create my topo data, and I'm gonna load it inside TEdit. And the way I would do that is by clicking on the map button right here, and I'm going to choose it from my desktop and click on open. As you can see in our topo area now, we have the map overlaid. So the next thing I'm going to do is set my X and Y value. In order for this to take effect, you have to click on the update button. So now I'm going to zoom out a little. So now we have our initial settings all set, and now I'm going to be I'm ready to enter some points. Now to start entering some points, the first thing you want to do is set the initial height, the height that you're going to be working with. I'm going to start with this 1000 at 1000 level of height. So I'm going to set the current height to 1000. Again, I have to click on the update button. Now to switch to, now you'd have to switch our mouse mode. By default it's in the view mode. Now you'd have to switch it to edit mode in order to be able to insert, delete, or delete points, or probe them, sorry. So to do that, let me first zoom in a little and move it so I can, in a point where I can actually add. Click on if you click on the edit mode right here, you see the actual button has changed to view mode, and now I have grid lines, and h equals 1000 here is basically telling me what the actual height is set at. It's an indicator that tells you what the current height is set at, so while you're adding the point you would know at what height you're working on. Now to actually add points, you use the left mouse button. If you click on the mouse button once, you'll have your points added. If you click on the same point with the right mouse button, that would delete the point. If you click on the middle mouse button or on the wheel mouse button, that would give you the points coordinate. So obviously just clicking would also work, but another feature that also exists is you can click on the left mouse button and keep holding, and as you move, and the points will keep on getting populated. Now the amount of points that are being populated, as you see, this is a little course. In order to get a little more points being populated as you're moving the mouse, you would have to zoom further into the area that you want to populate the points. So the more you zoom, the more points will be populated. So now we have a lot more points being populated as I move the mouse. So this is basically the basic operations. Also, there's a shortcut key that to switch between edit mode and view mode, and that's the S key. So if you click on the S key, that would switch you back between view mode and edit mode, which is very useful when you want to move around and keep on adding points without having to go back and forth to the button. Okay, so now I'm gonna add all these different points, and once I have enough points, I'm gonna start showing you how to create the how you can see your data in 3D.